guys, it's Tony with Autohaus. We just finished up stealth paint protection film on a brand new Raptor R. Let's go take a look. So this is a white Raptor R. Came from the factory as gloss white, and the customer wanted the satin white look, so we brought it here for our stealth paint protection film package. And what that's going to do is help him achieve that satin white finish. Now, how the process works here at Autohaus, what we do when the vehicle gets dropped off, first thing we do is a full decontamination wash, taking out any of the iron deposits or imperfections on the paint that may have came from the factory. The vehicle comes into its working bay, where we will then begin stripping the vehicle down, removing all necessary parts. Now, on Raptors, the necessary parts that come off of the vehicle are the mirrors, the door handles, these vents up here, the rear taillights. Let's see. You can pause it real quick, right? Now, when the vehicle gets into its working bay, we begin tearing down as much of the vehicle as we need to, removing all necessary parts, such as these front fender vents, these mirrors, door handles, the window trims, and the rear taillights. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, why are you removing parts off the vehicle? What is the purpose? And the purpose is, since we're doing a stealth conversion, this is going to help achieve a flawless finish, right? So if we didn't remove these, the film is not going to be able to get underneath this vent here. Now, when the film isn't able to get past whatever surface it needs to get past, what it'll do is if it's butted up to this, it's going to start to rub over time, and it's going to start to pull the film back or create fingers and allow dirt to get under the film, which is pretty much the same reason why we remove all the other parts that I just stated, right? We want to get the film as flawless as possible, considering that we're taking the vehicle from gloss white to satin white. You don't want to see any of that gloss white underneath. Now, the reason why we remove the door handles is so we're able to lay the door in one piece. If we left the door handles on, there would have to be a seam line behind the door handle, and that's not going to look good, like I said, especially when you're taking the vehicle from gloss white to satin white. Not to mention, when you're paying a lot of money for these services, you want your finish to be done the right way. Now, when it comes to the taillights, you're going to see that there is a little bit of gap here. The reason why we remove the taillights, one, because it's easy to do, and two, it's just going to help get that flawless finish that I keep talking about. Now, what I mean by that flawless finish is we're able to wrap all the way past that point. So if you look real close in there, you're not going to see any hard line edge of the film because it is wrapped all the way past that point. When it comes to the door handles, there's one of two things that you can do with them. You can either A, wrap them, right? Now when you wrap them, there's going to have to be seams on the door handles simply due to the fact that the film is not able to stretch in one piece on these door handles. So there's always going to have to be a seam line here for the longevity of the film, right? Now, option two, if you don't want that look to be there, right? These seam lines that are both here, 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 and here on each corner of the door handles, the other option is to get them painted satin white or whatever finish your vehicle is. I only recommend doing that if you are going to be keeping the vehicle satin for the rest of your ownership. Now, when it comes to applying the paint protection film on the entirety of the vehicle, not everything has to be removed. Now, again, the parts that I talked about are the only necessary parts. However, when we are applying the film, we always make sure we do the most flawless finish possible, right? So flawless finish meaning wrapping all of the edges possible. So if you come zoom in here, you're not going to see any hard lines, any edges of the film almost anywhere, right? At the end of the day, there are certain limitations, and those limitations are either due to not wanting to remove certain parts, right? Because not everything is made to come off super easily. Almost 10 out of 10 times, if we removed these fender liners here, the clips are going to break, and nobody wants to have to pay to replace parts. So we leave those on, and we trim as close as possible so it doesn't rub over time. Now, the other option is, which we have done in the past, which was due to what the customer wanted, we have removed these, but again, you have to either replace all the clips or buy new fenders, and in this case, that allowed us to go past the panel here. But I mean, we could look at every single edge, every single corner on this vehicle. Almost everything gets wrapped fully around, because if you come in here on the doors, you'll see the edge of the film stops inside of the doors. And this also shows you that gloss white look the truck came from the factory with, now achieved the satin white look here at Tier 1 Autohaus thanks to XPEL Stealth Paint Protection Film. Now let's talk about the film. What is Stealth Paint Protection Film? Now it's your typical paint protection film, right, that you can almost get through any manufacturer, but the difference between gloss and satin paint protection film is the satin paint protection film has a satin sheen in the film that allows whatever surface it goes on, whether it's red, black, green, yellow, purple, you name it, it's gonna take that color from gloss to satin. Now, some of the key benefits of doing something like this versus a vinyl wrap, this is actually gonna help protect the paint, right? So if you wanted to keep your car satin white in this case, rather than changing it, rather than doing a gloss white vinyl wrap, this is gonna be a way better solution because of a few reasons. One, we live in Las Vegas, so the climate here is super harsh. Vinyl wraps last between 3 to 5 years in Las Vegas, depending on how you maintain the vehicle. Now, with XPEL Paint Protection Film, you get a lifetime warranty. With any vinyl brand, you do not get that lifetime warranty. Now, let me restart because I lost. Let's talk about the film itself. This is the XPEL Stealth Paint Protection Film. Now the difference between Stealth and Gloss Paint Protection Film is the Stealth has a satin sheen to the film, which allows the film to turn any surface it goes on from gloss to satin, right? So in this case, turn the vehicle satin white. Now the reason why this is more superior than a vinyl wrap, if you wanted to keep your vehicle the same look, just making it satin, so your options could be either doing a satin white wrap or B, Stealth Paint Protection Film. The difference and the benefits of doing something like this over that is we live in the Las Vegas climate. It's super harsh here. So a vinyl wrap is gonna get you 3 to 5 years at best, depending on how you maintain the vehicle. And there's no warranty on that. Now, XPEL comes with a 10-year warranty. So if the film starts to delaminate, yellow, discolor, crack, whatever, the manufacturer will warranty out the film. With the vinyl wrap, that does not exist. So you get the peace of mind when spending more money, getting your vehicle protected, but also changing the aesthetic look of the vehicle. XPEL Paint Protection Film is 8 mils thick, so this can take some pretty good damage, right? The main purpose, especially having a vehicle like this, where it's gonna go in the desert, where it's gonna be constantly driven on the road, et cetera, whether you're taking it on a road trip or just driving it around town. This is gonna help protect against rock chips, road debris, dirt kicking up when you're taking it in the desert, you know, bugs getting splattered on the front end when you're taking it on road trips. It's gonna protect against all of that. The other great thing about paint protection film is, let's say you go to sell the vehicle, right? The beauty is this helps maintain resale value. Now what I mean by that is, let's put you in the position of going to buy a new vehicle. You have 2 trucks, right? They might be identical. One has paint protection film, the other one doesn't. And it's something that you value. You are most likely gonna go after the vehicle that already has the paint protection film. One, because it's gonna end up saving you money when you buy the vehicle. You're not gonna have to go buy the vehicle and then spend more money to get the paint protection film installed. Now, we know these Raptors like the back of our hands. We have done at least 40 Raptors, let alone probably half of those being Raptor Rs since the Raptor R had came out. Now you can see there's another one right next to it, that's black. That one is also going to be getting a stealth conversion. These Raptors are by far the most popular truck that we do here, but the reason why I say truck specifically is because if you turn around, we actually have an M3 behind us, and these M3s and these C8s are probably the most popular cars, sports cars specifically, that we do. Now for SUVs, by far the most popular SUV that we do is the Escalade. Now the reason why I left Teslas out of this is because by default, every single shop does more Teslas than any other vehicle specifically. Hence, we have a Cybertruck back there. But I don't even count those, right? Like I said, by default, every shop does a ton of them. But trucks, by far, Raptor Rs and Raptors in general. We've done at least 40 of them, and at least half of those being Raptor Rs, as we have 2 right here, right now. If you're curious how the black one is going to turn out, stay tuned. That's going to be one of our next few videos that we have coming out. So if you have a black vehicle and you're curious what a satin paint protection film is going to do to your vehicle, you can watch this video. It's going to give you great insight, give you a great look on how the paint is going to turn out. This truck has metallic flake in it. This one does not. So this is a flat white, this is metallic black. You'll be able to see how that flake pops underneath the Stealth paint protection film as well. So if you're thinking about getting paint protection film, window tint, a vinyl wrap, or any detailing services, feel free to give us a call. We're happy to take you through an in-shop experience. You can take a look at all of the work we have going on in our shop. You can see our work in real time, and you can be the judge if we are the right shop for you to take your vehicle to. We look forward to hearing from you.